Welcome back, everybody, to EadsyAstronomy, where we hope to make astronomy just a little easier for you. Jay here. Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm just reviewing a quick review after just having it for a couple days now. I'll just show you. This is my current iPad, my most recent one, iPad Pro. I have version 8 and version 7 on here for SkySafari. We're going to kind of go through that, let you see and talk about which one's best for you, perhaps, whether or not you should upgrade, and some of the newer features in it. We'll talk about what I've seen just in a couple days of having the updated version 8, and talk about some of the benefits of it. So here we go. I've put my podcast script all here on my Patreon. I'll post it on Patreon. That way people can come back and look at it in detail and kind of go through it on your own. This will be a clear comparison of 7 and 8. Really up front, this is what I will say. If you're a visual observer and you want to analyze your observing sessions more, probably going to upgrade to 8. If you're using it just as a sky atlas to do traditional star hopping with a Rigel Quick Finder, a Telrad, a finder scope, and an eyepiece, I think you're going to stay at 7. I think 7 is more than capable of that. If you're an imager, there's some features on 8 that I think you're really going to like, and you may really honestly consider upgrading to 8. Like I said, right now I have both, and we'll see how they work. Core purpose, both apps are advanced astronomical planetarium and telescope control tools. They let you explore the night sky. You can simulate celestial events in there. You can plan observing sessions, which is probably the big thing for me, and you can control telescopes with it. I've begun to just play with controlling the PiFinder through SkySafari. I'm liking that a lot. You're probably going to see me do that more and more as I move forward. SkySafari 8, though, significantly builds on the foundations of 7 with deeper imaging features, more customization, and enhanced workflows. And just a disclaimer, I have no connections to the company that does SkySafari. This is just my review of what I think. SkySafari 7 for database and data support has a huge star and deep sky catalogs depending on the version. Basic, Plus, and Pro. By Pro, you're getting everything they have right now. The other ones are limited, and we'll go through that later on in the video. SkySafari 8, if you get the Pro version, it includes over 100 million stars, 3 million galaxies down to the 18th magnitude, and 750,000 solar system objects. More objects, more galaxies, more deep sky objects than me or you or anybody's going to be able to observe in a lifetime. But they're there. If you want to, they're there. And some of that means some of that's pretty faint stuff. And if you're like me and like going after the faint stuff, well, it's all there in the tool. SkySafari 8 also continues deep catalog support on par with version 7, probably exceeds 7. And the result is a comparable or larger, especially with on-demand data downloads in version 8. Some new and enhanced versions in version 8. There are, where was I? Anyway, here we go, back to this. Just had a little brain moment there. It continues, features are not present. The ones I'm about to go through are not present. They're much more limited in SkySafari 7. There's image and astrophotography integration with version 8. You can import photos from Astrobin, FITS, camera, local files. You can plate solve, aligning your captured images to the sky chart itself. That's in 8. You have plate solving, which is aligning, like I said, those captured images sky chart. I think that's going to be a big one for people who image. And you can pin images into your sky chart as references for planning. So I think people who image are going to find those features beneficial in 8. I'm not an imager outside of my C-Star, so not going to really touch on that a whole lot. People can comment on that if they're an imager. These are major additions that focus on astrophotography and detailed observing workflows, not just a star chart. So I think in version 8, which is that's what I have up right there, there's a lot of things that are very helpful for it. And like I said, if you're an imager, I think you're going to find some of the upgrades well worth it. These are major additions, like I said, that are just focused on astrophotography, not just star charts for star hopping. There's a customization and interface here. You got UI color themes, and there are more flexible interface options with 8. Rotatable field of view indicators for image and telescope framing, just so you're aware of that. There's events and observation tools. 8 enhances the familiar event finder notifications from version 7s with additional types like pulses and occultations, improving planning views. Scope and camera control here. Both versions support control, Indy, ASCOM, Alpaca, StarSense, etc. But version 8 expands camera integration and imaging workflows natively. Sync and cloud, you can use Live Sky with this. I do. For equipment, observing lists and sessions, it continues as it was in version 7 with version 8, with optional web access and sync features tied to Live Sky accounts. Features in 7 that are the baseline, these remain the core features in version 7 and are largely carried over to version 8. You have Tonight at a Glance, which is the easy planning for objects visible tonight. One Sky Social Stargazing, see what others are observing live. I've never used that. It sounds intriguing to me. Maybe at some point I'm going to do that. Maybe I can do that with some of my observing friends as we go out. Events Finder, find eclipses, transits, moon phases, etc. Telescope support, extensive mount and scope control are available there in version 8. Orbit mode and guided tours, explore the solar system virtually. Great for star parties and educational uses. And then large object databases. Pro includes millions of stars and millions of deep sky objects, as I've mentioned, more than me or you will be able to use in our lifetimes. Here's just a quick visual comparison between the two. I just took a couple screenshots on the iPad and then brought them over from my iPhotos. This is version 8. The menu basically is the same. Whatever is current that you've used shows up on the bottom. The other ones are, you just click under menu and they come up here as normal. Here's version 7. Again, very similar here. You can see the differences a little bit between the menus. I think this one's a little larger. I haven't set at the same size, so everything's the same there. And I would say overall the image on the iPad is clearer and sharper in 8 than in 7, but I'm going to put a caveat on that. For me, when I take my iPad out, I have the red filter on, I put SkySafari on night vision, and I have a film of paper, red clear acrylic stuff that I put over my iPad and use that just to dim it down. I want minimal impact to my night vision as possible. So I don't think the clarity is really going to matter to me. If you're imaging, maybe that's a different story. Maybe there's different reasons why the difference in the screens would matter in the versions. Anyway, let's just keep going. You can read what I put there if you want. Using 7 and 8 in the field is the next step for me. I posted my astropheric. You can see right now in northern Utah, it is not the time or day or place to observe. You can see that like tonight, and right now I can tell you it's cloudy and windy as all get up out there. I thought about doing some exploring, but not going to do that. Maybe tomorrow. Clears up a little bit in the afternoon before we're getting really bad Tuesday. We're going to get rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're supposed to get rain for Christmas. Cloudy. And then Friday, Saturday, another little system coming in. We're getting the atmospheric river going into the Pacific, Northern California, Oregon, Washington. We're getting hit by the tail bottom of that here in northern Utah, which is sometimes typical. Kind of sucks that it's just, we had noon yesterday. We're going to be in the beginning waning phases, which is great for going out and observing. I was talking to my friend Shane, not going to be able to do that. Probably be a week from today or a week from Monday before I can get a scope out and do some double star, some open cluster, and some lunar observing, and use SkySafari for that. I intend to integrate it with the PiFinder at that time, on both versions, and then just do a comparison see if there's just any additional support or benefits to having it. So anyway, you're going to have to wait for I'll do a follow-up review once I have some actual field experience with both versions. Here's a quick comparison chart. I've copied this over as an image from my Word doc that I create the script in, just because if I just copy and paste over, the tables never in Patreon line up very well. So here's a quick comparison. Here's the feature capability: SkySafari 7, SkySafari 8. Star and object database, they're very large in both, similar scale. Telescope control, yes, you have Indy and Alpaca in 7, and you have enhanced workflows in 8. Event planner and finding, yes, and you got more event types in 8. OneSky is available on both for social features. Image import, plate solving, nope, you can't do that on 7. Yep, you can do that on 8. Camera control is limited on 7. You have direct Alpaca camera control with SkySafari 8. It'll be interesting to see how some people use that who are imagers. UI customization is standard, and you have new themes and new designs in 8 for that. And Cloud Sync with LiveSky is a yes on both. Expanded capability on 8. I need to play around with that a little bit more to see that. Who should choose which? 7, you're going to want to stay with if all you want is a powerful stargazing and telescope control app without those latest imaging features that they've upgraded and put into 8. Basically, I think if you're, like I've said a couple times, if you're a visual hopper, if you use a Telred or Rigel QuickFinder, Red Dot even, if you then use your finder scope and or eyepiece to get to your object, wide field eyepiece, and then bring in higher magnification after you're on the object, I think 7 is going to be exactly where you're going to stay. Like I said, I have 2 iPad 6s that I use in the field because they're older. The only thing really on them outside of the operating system software is I've stripped them down really to where it's just SkySafari Pro 7 on it, and they work wonderful out there. Because I have LiveSky, I'll be able to integrate what I do in the field with 7 to 8 if I don't want to take my iPad Pro out with me. I do have 8, and I got it just because I want to get used to it. Like I said, I'm not an imager, so those features aren't there, but it does allow me to need to get into how I'm going to be able to use it to really get into my observing sessions a lot more. What else here? I said if you're still happy with the social event planning and star charts in 7, you might as well stick with 7. If you're an Android user, this is only out for iPad in the App Store right now for Apple. So if you're an Android user, you're probably 30, 60, 90 days out, probably 30, 60 days, I think is what I saw. If I remember correctly, don't quote me on that. But you're going to have to wait for a little bit before it comes out. But it is coming out for Android. Choose SkySafari 8 if you want advanced astrophotography support, image import, plate solving, camera control. You value additional customization and modern workflows integrated directly into your app. And then, like I said, if you're focused on planning, capturing, and analyzing your observing sessions more deeply, then you're going to want to be an 8. That's going to be the most critical. Bottom line, SkySafari 8 is the true evolution of the platform from 7. It's especially for users who want more than just sky charts. It adds imaging, integration, refined UI, and enhanced observing tools. 7 remains highly capable. It may still be ideal for probably many observers, especially if you don't need the new imaging features. You don't need to pay for that upgrade probably. Here's a clear breakdown of 7 and 8 by Basic Plus Pro tiers, what each version offers, and typical pricing. I think for version 8 I paid about $32 for it. I'd have to look in there. But anyway, here's the breakdown. SkySafari 7, Basic, it's ideal for beginners or casual stargazers. Its database is about 120,000 stars. 220 well-known clusters, nebula, galaxies, planet, moons, 200 asteroids, comets, and satellites. I don't know why that's struck in there, but we're going to take that out. It features planetarium view, basic object info, night sky simulation. It has telescope controls not available on the basic version. Typical price is $5 to $8 probably. It's a one-time purchase on the App Store. It's great if you just want a simple sky chart app to identify bright objects without telescope integration. Plus, SkySafari 7 Plus, its database, I don't know, it just, when I copied over, it looks like it just wanted to put a strike there. 2.5 million stars and 32,000 deep sky objects, including all of the NGC IC catalogs. It features telescope control versus Wi-Fi, ASCOM ND StarSense. It has event finder notifications, OneSky social stargazing and SkyCast sharing through LiveSky, and the typical price is about $15, one-time purchase at the App Store. You can often find the Plus version discounted. That's probably the sweet spot for most observers. They get the Plus version. There's plenty of stars, object and telescope control and planning tools. You've got a PiFinder, works with that. Pro, your database is over 100 million stars. Again, more stars than you and I will ever see. 3 million galaxies to MAG 18, 750,000 solar system objects. It features all the Plus features and deeper object catalogs and precise simulations and larger horizon panoramas and more object descriptions and advanced observing tools. Price here is usually about $25 for that. It can go up to $30. Sometimes you can find discounts on it. The Pro version in version 7 is probably best for serious amateur astronomers using large telescopes or wanting the most complete sky data. Since I use the 17 as my main telescope, which is on the lower end of a large telescope, I feel, that's why I have the Pro version. Here's version 8, their tiers and features. SkySafari 8 follows the same basic Plus Pro model, and the most detailed pricing and feature lists are currently shown primary for Pro in the App Store listings. Also, however, developers also list the Basic and Plus as available tiered versions alongside the Pro pricing charts on their site. So in SkySafari 8, you should see the following on iOS. Android is coming later. Basic, it's the same as version 7. It's an intro to astronomy database and sky chart. Likely includes a modest star list and basic simulation. No major imaging or scope control like we went through. Same price is the same as the version 7 basic. It's around $5 to $8. Sorry. Plus, on SkySafari 8 is typically the expanded database and telescope controls, very similar to the 7 Plus. Includes improved event finder and planning tools and features, and the price is very similar to the 7 Plus, about $15. SkySafari Pro 8 database, you're getting the same huge, massive database, 100 million stars, 3 million galaxies, 750,000 solar system objects. Same core as in version 7. Core features, you get more powerful event finder and planning tools. You get telescope and alpaca camera control, including Smart Eye. Image gallery and plate solving. You can import from astrobin fits or local images that you have. You have a rotatable field of view indicators for framing your image observations. And of course, you have the night vision and AR modes. Price there, yes, I just can check here. Yeah, I did pay the $34.99 one-time fee in the App Store. It's an in-app premium subscription options for additional data features. So if you want the LiveSky, you're going to pay for that as a premium feature. That's additional cost, which I pay. It's a big upgrade in the version 8 Pro. Is support for imaging, workflows, plate solving, photo import, camera control, and refined UI AR features. It's not just more database objects. They've really integrated some things there for it. Here's a feature comparison chart between Basic, Plus, and Pro, and you can see 8 and 7 here. I'll let you take a look at those. Quick recommendations by tier. SkySafari Basic 7 or 8 is best for beginners or the casual sky watchers who want a simple visual night school tool. SkySafari Plus 7 or 8 is best for the mid-range choice, telescope control, larger catalogs, planning features without breaking the bank, so to speak. SkySafari Pro 7 or 8. 7 Pro is great all-around database, telescope control. Need, if you use encoder or PiFinders, you probably want to have that one. The 8 Pro adds astrophotography support, image support, plate solving, camera control, and refined interface idea if you want imaging plus the observing. Okay, this is an important part. It's why it's bolded, it's highlighted. I've raised it up in size on the upgrades. If you buy a basic plan in version 7 or 8 and then decide you want the Pro plan, it's not an upgraded price. You're going to have paid the full price, or whatever price it is you paid for basic. When you upgrade to Pro, you're going to pay whatever the current price is for Pro. If you buy basic, you have to buy Plus or Pro separately. I mean, you could buy each one of them. I'm not. I stick with the Pro. I like the Pro. I have no problem paying for the Pro. But just please realize if you're going to buy one and later upgrade, you're going to actually pay more, because you could pay the $6 for Plus basic, and then if you pay the $35 for Pro, you're $41 in. Maybe you want to consider if it's worth it at the time just to pay the $35 and get the Pro plus tax. That's a quick comparison of the two. I'm looking forward to comparing them in the field. I don't think for what I do there's going to be a huge difference here. We'll see if I keep 8. It's going to come down to how I use it for my observing sessions to really get into them and look at them more. So basically, I like 8 from what I've seen so far and played around with it. And I'm excited, once my sky is clear here in northern Utah, be able to get in the field and actually use it with the PiFinder and just use it to star hop and just see which one, and really compare how I can analyze my observing sessions more in detail with version 8 over version 7. So there you have it. If you're an imager and you have a review, would like to share, we can put a thing. I'll put a thing up in the chat. You can share there. You can send it to me. I'd love to be able to put there. You can comment on this. Again, I'm not a big imager outside of the Sea Star. Probably never will be, but it's sounds like it has some really good features for those who image. Hope your skies are clear, unlike mine. Personally, my skies are wonderfully clear. Life is wonderful. We're entering a wonderful time of the year. It's been very enjoyable to watch my grandkids with Christmas. I really like that. Unfortunately, little illness going around in the house right now, so hopefully that all gets cleared up before Christmas Day. Have a wonderful day. Let's talk to you next time. Have a great night.